my, it's been a minute since I've taken you guys and talked about the homestead. But we've got a lot going on, and there's a lot of things changing and a lot of new things happening. And yeah, this is just another extension on what we do here on our homestead. But my name is Kaylee, and yeah, I think it's time to give you guys a little bit of an update. But first I want to say a special thanks to Birch Living for sponsoring this video. As a homesteader, I really try to do my very best on understanding what I put inside my body. So that's why I grow a lot of the food or try to source it from some locals if my garden failed, which tends to happen. Not only am I intentional about what I put in my body, I'm also very conscious about the environment that I'm in. And so a couple of years ago, my husband and I were in the market for a new mattress. And so I hopped online and I started doing my research about mattresses. And I wanted to pick something that was not only comfortable, but was also organic. Out of all the mattresses that I was looking at, the Birch Living mattress definitely stuck out to me. One, because it was made with organic cotton, natural latex, but it's also made with wool, which I still completely baffled about having a mattress made from wool. And actually sheep is one thing that I plan on adding back to our homestead. We'll get into that later. Now, if you've never heard of a wool mattress, you probably might have this question that will come to mind, which is, do you guys get hot when you sleep on it? And that was one of my questions as well until I did a little bit more research. So wool is naturally cooling, and it actually helps really balance your body temperature. So it's only natural that it would make a good, comfortable mattress at night. And I didn't want a mattress that was made of fiberglass. I wanted something that was good for my health. And not only that, but something comfortable. Now, Birch is GOTS and Green Guard Gold certified, which means it's not made from any polyurethane foams or fiberglass. It's 100% free from that. Now, because my husband and I have been sleeping on our Birch mattress and are extremely happy with it, they're offering a exclusive discount to all of you, which is a 27% off. Now, this is the exclusive Labor Day sale. All you have to do is visit the QR code that's going to be here on the screen, or you can add in Birch Partner 27 in the coupon code, and it'll take you right to that discount. I'll also go ahead and pin the link and all this information right in the description of this video, as well as in the very first comment, so you guys can easily find it. I am going to go take you guys around and check out what is coming and what's happening here on our homestead, because we are 10 years in the works of building, and we are at the point where we have got to redo some things. So that's what we are doing. This is definitely a bittersweet. This year has been, I guess, kind of our make or break in homesteading, in a way where it's like, okay, are we committed to this life? And after 10 years of just doing it here on this property, not even to mention like what we did on our first house in our little mountain home, where we had this beautiful quaint little garden, had pigs there, well, not necessarily on our property, had pigs in a community. Ended up getting in trouble because you're not supposed to have pigs. Come here, kitty. Don't knock over my camera. Well, you know, when that was kind of our thing that my husband and I realized when we first started homesteading, was we didn't want to be regulated, and we didn't want to feel like we were doing something wrong because we were trying to raise our own animals for food. Now, when I first started homesteading with my husband, we've been married, this is 20 years. Like, we are literally going on 20 years, which is crazy. And I know a lot of people were like, what? You are not old enough to be married for 20 years. Yes. I actually just had my birthday. This is my last year in my 30s. I'll be 40 next year, which I'm good with. Like, I'm actually one of those that I have earned all of my wrinkles. No, kitty, come here, come here. Anyways, yeah. So I am 39 years old. I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been foraging since I was a little girl. And that was something that my husband and I wanted to do to raise our kids. You know, that's how we wanted to raise our kids. So when we had our babies, we had them young. My son is literally just turned 18, which I'm so proud of him. He's doing phenomenal. My daughter is a couple years behind him, 2.5 to be exact. And so I'm kind of been, over the years of like sharing content, I'm also kind of like just keeping a lot of this for myself, you know, because these are memories. So yeah, I put the camera down. And the homestead has been one that I haven't really documented and shared in a while, because I've been on a mission to teach. I've been filling that need where I know people are reaching and they are asking and they want to learn about their health and they want to try to take back. Well, homesteading is part of that for me. It might not be for everybody, you know, and I get that. But for me, knowing where my food is coming from by raising it is a big part. But back to my first homestead, you know, we weren't allowed to have roosters. And so I'm like petrified because I have a rooster that somebody's gonna report me. We're living in the middle of nowhere up on a mountain. And to me, like, that thought process of like a rooster being a not allowed animal to have for your family doesn't make sense. So we also had pigs. We weren't allowed to have pigs. The pig got loose. The pigs got loose. And we found out if we didn't get rid of the pigs, we were going to be fined an astronomical amount of money every single day. So I think that was kind of like the point where my husband and I were like, no, you know, like, we don't want to necessarily be told what we can and can't do for our family and for our food. And so we made the jump. We found this property and it had nothing here. I mean, other than a house. But every single thing that is on this property, all the fence line, the water, the electric, all the animal enclosures, the barns, everything that's here is because we have been working every single day to build this place. And so we're at this crossroad with our 10-year mark of like, are we staying? Are we going? And I'm really happy to say that we both agreed 100% we're all in, we're not stopping. And it's not just because of us. You know, I'm going to keep doing this. I now have my parents who had just built their house on the 20 acres beside us. I have an 18-year-old that is wanting to be a general contractor for his own build, and he got accepted into the electrical program, the electrical union. He's doing it. I'm like, yes, you know. And I have a daughter who wants to grow into agriculture more, and I'm like, I can't stop. We can't stop. And it's not, it wouldn't feel right stopping right now when we have this multi-generational homestead that is growing. And with that, the next generation of our family might be raised here on this property. And I will be so blessed to see that day. So behind me is where we have raised and grown and have helped birth and have cried and have yelled. Okay, I'm just gonna say, my husband and I both agree, like, we need a t-shirt that says I'm sorry for what we said while we were moving animals. I've spent anniversaries castrating piglets, you know, here on our farm with my husband. But that's the life that we signed up for and the life that we chose to live. But right now we're at the crossroads where it's like all in or not. And so we are all in. And so one of the many projects that my husband and I plan on doing is to completely redo our whole infrastructure over there and actually build farrowing pens that are going to be a lot easier for us to raise piglets and have piglets again. I miss having piglets. It's been years since I've had piglets. I also plan on building out a whole area that if I get a milking cow, that's on my goal, I'll be able to have a place for my milk cow, have a place that I can have like a wash station. So a lot of this is in the works, but not only is this place going to be for raising food for our family and having that space, but also for our daughter and for other kids that are in our area, specifically for the FFA. You know, our daughter used to show when she was little, and now that she is older, she decided she wanted to get back into FFA. So we're recognizing that we need to redo the whole thing, fix it up, start fresh, allow her to have a place that she can raise her show animals, because she wants to do lamb, she wants to do goats, she wants to do a steer, she wants to do, hey, easy. Sorry, we've got roosters. But she also wants to raise pigs again and keep doing this. And not only for her, but we're also hoping to make this space big enough that a child who doesn't have necessarily the space to raise an FFA project animal can come here, at least one, possibly two kids, but give them a space that they could have to raise their animal, you know, and to sponsor them and to help them. I'm a firm believer when you're raising kids and you're doing things, and if you see a passion in them, that passion keeps going. But as soon as you add somebody else into the mix, nobody wants to do this alone. You know, I don't want to do this alone. That's why I have my family. That's why I have my rooster. But I'm excited to see what comes of this. You don't need to put them up yet, Moose. They're okay. My loofah is massive. I'm excited about that. And yes, loofahs do come from gourds. I also have a bunch of birdhouse gourds, which I'm not gonna lie, that's been on my heart to grow for many years, and I've had many attempted, not so successful on growing the gourds. But this year, we are doing a lot of birdhouse gourds, and I'm excited because I want to put these beautiful birdhouses around our pasture area. Now, a lot has changed definitely on our homestead, and a lot more is going to change. We let go of all of our cows. That was hard, and I got quiet about that one because my heart kind of hurt. But over the years, we had a really hard year last year on the amount of cows that we had and how we had to feed hay. And it was time. It was time to just kind of decrease the amount of cows that we had. I do have 2 steers that we're raising out, and when it's time and I'm able to get another cow and bring her here, I will definitely kind of share that. But I'm hoping it's a dairy. We will see. I just have to find the right unicorn. You know, I want an animal that I get to like hug on, and I get to love on, and I get to like, you know. So I'll keep you posted on that. But we're not done here. You know, we've got a lot more to do, and by the grace of God, I hope we have many more years that we get to cultivate this land and see something beautiful grow. So I think the storm's coming. I'm gonna go ahead and head in. So yeah, as always, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and learn something old. Bye guys.